Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. So students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the 4th week of the April month. The session will be quite interesting and important, students. Also students, we upload the daily current affairs video at 5 a.m. in the morning on regular basis. The session that we upload this is very important for competitive exams. So let's start with our weekly video. Mark the current statement regarding the recent initiatives under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. If we look at the options, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, Union Minister Piyush Goyal, right? He recently launched Bharat project by India Digital Media Platform, Your Story, which is based on 5 key pillars to support the entrepreneurs. So, question asked is, which of the following is not one of the 5 pillars of the Bharat project? So among the following, it is startup revolution. That is not among the 5 pillars, correct, for supporting the entrepreneurs. All right, and this Bharat project, this is a national initiative, the aim of which is basically to empower 1 million entrepreneurs from tier 2 and tier 3 as well as rural India, so that they can grow their entrepreneurship journey. Next, which country introduced its first gold melting ATM, that is automated teller machine, offering a swift and a paperless method for individuals to convert gold items into cash in April 2025? So it is China. Next, on 21st of April, RBI announced amendments to liquidity coverage ratio framework, where banks are required to assign an additional how much percent runoff factor for retail deposits enabled with internet and mobile banking facilities starting from 1st of April 2025. So here the banks, they are required to assign an additional 2.5% runoff factor. And the banks, they should maintain a LCR, that is liquidity coverage ratio, of at least 100% at any point of time. Next, which of the following recipients is not correctly matched with respect to their category in the 36th edition of Goldman Environmental Prize announced by the Goldman Environmental Foundation? So Lauren Allen for forest conservation, right, is not correctly matched. Rest all are correctly matched. If we talk about Lauren Allen, right, the award here was for not forest conservation but for pollution and waste. Pollution and waste, right? And this Lauren Allen is from United States of America, and rest all are rightly mentioned. Next, in April, who was appointed as the interim chairman of World Economic Forum following the resignation of Klaus Schwab? So Peter Brabeck-Letmathy. Peter Brabeck-Letmathy has been appointed as the interim chairman of World Economic Forum after the resignation of Klaus Schwab. Next, India commemorated the golden jubilee of its first satellite Aryabhatta, marking 50 years since the launch on 19th of April 1975. Question asked is, at that time the satellite was launched using what? It was launched using Cosmos 3M rocket. This is rocket of Russia, right? And it was assistance from Soviet Union that we launched this Aryabhatta on 19th of April in 1975, the first satellite of India. Next, identify the queuist who won the International Billiards and Snooker Federation World Billiards Championship in 2025 title that was held in Ireland in April 2025. So, Saurav Kothari, right, has won the International Billiards and Snooker Federation World Billiards Championship. Next, who has been nominated by India in April 2025 for the post of Director of Radio Communication Bureau at International Telecommunication Union. So, M. Revati, correct? A joint wireless advisor at the Department of Telecommunication has been nominated as the official candidate for the post of the Director of Radio Communication Bureau at Geneva, Switzerland based ITU, that is International Telecommunication Union. Next, in April, Hindustan Unilever Limited acquired 90.5% stake of Uprising Science for 2,706 crore rupees. Question asks, which of the following is a skincare brand owned by the Uprising Science? So, which is that skincare brand? It is Minimalistic. Minimalist, right? This is a brand, right? And remember, Mumbai, Maharashtra based Hindustan Unilever Limited, that is India's largest FMCG company, they completed the acquisition of 90.5% stake in Uprising Science, that is a parent company of Minimalist. And the amount here was worth 2,706 crore rupees. Next, during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's official visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in April, both nations agreed to collaborate on establishing two dash in India to boost the energy cooperation. So, what will be established? Two oil refineries will be established in India to boost the energy cooperation between India and Saudi Arabia. Next, according to the data released in April, what was the total outward remittance under the RBI's liberalized remittance scheme during April 24 to Feb 25 in FY25? So, according to the data released, what was the total outward remittance? It is $27.02 billion. Next is in April, HDFC Bank Limited became the third Indian company to surpass a market capitalization of 15 lakh crore rupees after Reliance Industries Limited and Tata Consultancy Service. Next, in April, RBI issued a directive mandating all banks to migrate their digital operations to exclusive .bank.in domain to enhance the security infrastructure of online banking services. What is the deadline for this migration? So it is 31st of October 2025. The deadline has been sent to shift to .bank.in domain. Next, who is appointed as the new chairman of Air India Express following the resignation of Campbell Wilson, who had been serving as the chairman since June 2022. So, who has been appointed as the chairman of Air India Express? Nipun Agarwal has been appointed as the new chairman of Air India Express. Right? And he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Nipun Agarwal. Next, Adani Group backed Ambuja Cements acquired 7.76 crore equity share in a company previously managed by CK Birla Group. Mention the company name. It is Orient Cement Limited. And now Ambuja owns 46.66% in Orient Cement Limited. Next, in April, India dispatched the second batch of supersonic cruise missiles to the Philippines under $375 million deal signed in 2022. Name the Indian-Russian joint venture company involved in this agreement. It is BrahMos Aerospace Private Limited, and BrahMos will be delivered to Philippines, and Philippines became the first nation to sign an agreement with India to import BrahMos missile. Next, in April, China has achieved a major milestone in internet infrastructure by launching the world's first 10th generation broadband network in their Sunan County in Hebei province. Right, so 10G has been launched, the world's first 10G, very high speed of internet. Next, identify the country that hosted the inaugural capacity building program for Central Asian republics on countering the financing of terrorism on 21st and 22nd of April 2025. So it is India. Which is that country? It is our country, India. Next, in April, Inland Waterways Authority of India reported a record-breaking cargo movement of how much amount? It was 145.5 million metric tons in FY25. Next, also remember the operational length of the national waterways has also significantly increased from 2700 km to almost 4800 kilometers. Next is name the Tiger Reserve that was recently declared as India's 107th National Park by Chief Minister of Odisha Mohan Charan Manjhi. So Simlipal Tiger Reserve, right? This is the 107th Tiger Reserve now, correct? And it is where? It is in Odisha, correct? Take a note of it. This newly declared national park is now the largest national park in Odisha. Next, which of the following institutions is not among the top 5 in the 2025 Asia University ranking by Times Higher Education in April? Among the following, that is not among the top 5, it is IISc Bangalore, Indian Institute of Science. Bangalore is not among the top. So, Tsinghua University first, Peking University second, National University of Singapore it is third, and Nanyang Technical University it is at 4th position, and University of Tokyo at 5th position. Next, LDV's mutual fund has launched India's first index fund offering an exposure to what? It is offering an exposure to BSE Internet Economy Index. Next, who among the following Indian industrialist was inducted into the World Bank's Group's Private Sector Investment Lab in April 25 to support private sector growth and job creation in developing countries? So, Sunil Bharti Mittal, right? So, Washington DC, USA based World Bank Group, right? They have announced the next phase of their private sector investment lab that will focus on various solutions that will attract private investment and generate jobs in developing nation. Next, in April, Appointments Committee of the Cabinet made a major senior level key bureaucratic changes across ministries and departments. Senior bureaucrat Bhavesh Kumar has been appointed as the Chief Executive Officer of UIDAI, Unique Identification Authority of India, right? With Keshav Kumar Pathak being named as the Additional Secretary in the Cabinet Secretariat. Correct? Take a note of this. Apart from this, Keshav Kumar Pathak, right, a senior IAS officer, has been appointed as the Additional Secretary in Cabinet Secretary. Next is mention the chess grandmaster who won the 5th leg of the International Chess Federation Women's Grand Prix held in Pune, Maharashtra. So Koneru Hampi, right, has won the International Chess Federation's Women's Grand Prix that was held in Pune, Maharashtra. Next, in April, Dr. Krishnaswamy Kasturi Ranjan, the former chairman of Indian Space Research Organization and Padma Awardee, recently passed away at the age of 84. If you look at the options here, you have to find the correct one. Option A is right and C is right. B is saying he won the Padma Vibhushan Award, that is India's second highest civilian award, in the year 2001. So everything is right, but not it is 2001, but the year is 2000 when he won this, or he was honored with this Padma Vibhushan. Next, World Malaria Day is observed annually on 25th of April across the globe to raise awareness, mobilize resources and promote actions aimed at preventing, control and elimination of malaria. Question asked is, malaria is caused by which of the following organizations transmitted through the bite of infected female Anopheles mosquitoes? It is Plasmodium parasites. Next, and one more thing, for the first time World Malaria Day was observed in the year 2008. Next, which of the following organizations developed the hydrogen-based explosive device successfully tested in April 2025? It is China State Shipbuilding Corporation. Next, who was elected as the president of UNESCO-supported International Center of Films for Children and Young People for the year 25 to 27 term? He will be Jitendra Mishra. Next, name the country that launched their first indigenous human papilloma virus, that is HPV test kits for detecting the virus responsible for cervical cancer, launched in April 2025. It is our country, India, that has launched this first HPV test kit. Next, as per the World Bank report titled India Poverty and Equity Brief, April 2025, India extreme poverty had dropped to what percentage in 22-23 from 16.2 that was recorded in 2011-12. So, from 16.2 it has significantly dropped to 2.3% in 22-23. The report further showed that 17.1 crore people have been lifted out of extreme poverty. Next, who was conferred the Champion of the Order of Fiji, the highest civilian award by the President of Fiji in April 25 for the significant contributions to the healthcare and social welfare in Fiji. So, who was conferred with the Companion of the, not Champion, Companion of the Order of Fiji? So, who was ordered here? Shri Madhusudan Sai. Right? He was honored with the Companion of the Order of Fiji. Shri Madhusudan Sai, an Indian spiritual and humanitarian leader, was honored here. Next, which organization assumed the lead role of the International Charter Space and Major Disasters, placing it as a strategic center for coordinating global disaster responses efforts using space-based assets in April 2025? So it is ISRO. Correct? Right option. Next is Reliance Industries Limited has appointed Dash as an executive director and has become the first Indian company to surpass Dash in total equity. So RIL has appointed Anant Ambani, right, as their executive director and has become the first company to surpass the 10 lakh crore rupees in total equity. Next, who identify the late author of the book Beyond the Courtroom, Reflections on Law, Constitution and Nationhood. Right, this book was released in April that focused on law and constitutional expertise. Right, so identify the author. Right, late Fali Sam Nirman is the author here. Right, late means he passed away. Next, what day is observed globally on 26th of April each year to raise awareness about the patents, copyrights, trademarks and designs and to celebrate creativity and innovation? It is World Intellectual Property Day. Next is mention the state that initiated India's first quantum computing village in April 2025, Andhra Pradesh. Next, on 28th of April, Government of India signed a deal worth how much amount with the Government of France to procure Dash Rafale Marine fighter jets for strengthening Indian Navy's maritime capabilities. So, Government of India, they have signed a deal worth 64,000 crore rupees and that is to acquire 26 Rafale Marine fighter jets for Indian Navy. Next, which country hosted the 11th edition of BRICS Labour and Employment Ministers meeting in April under the slogan Strengthening the Cooperation of the Global South for More Inclusive and Sustainable Governance? It is Brazil. Next, according to a new report by CIPRI, the world military expenditure reached $2,718 billion, that is 2.7 trillion in 2024, which is an increase of 9.4% in real terms from 2023. Question asked is, what was India's total military expenditure in 2024 according to the report? So it was $86.1 billion. USA maintained the top position with the maximum spender. Then comes China on second position, Russia on third position, and our country fifth. Our country is in the fifth position. Next, in April, Dash of Thailand was elected as the new president of Badminton World Federation. So, Khungying Patama was of Thailand was elected as the new president of Badminton World Federation for the term 25 to 29. Next, identify the organization that was recently honored with the Udyog Vikas Award during the Udyog Vikas event organized by Janmabhoomi Delhi for their efforts in developing greenfield industrial smart cities in India. It is National Industrial Corridor Development Corporation. Next, in April, the Government of India established an interministerial committee to design the framework for the proposed national manufacturing mission that is aimed at boosting Make in India initiative. Who has been appointed as the head of the committee here? So, BVR Subramaniam has been appointed as the head of the committee here. Next, on 28th of April, the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs hosted a virtual preparatory meeting for the Niveshak Shivir initiative. Question asked is that the initiative is a collaborative effort between IEPFA and DASH, and it is between SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. Next, identify the organization that recently received the income tax exemption status from the Central Board of Direct Taxes to support the implementation of Union Government's flagship Namami Gange program initiative. So, which is that organization? It is National Mission for Clean Ganga. Option 4 is right here. National Mission for Clean Ganga. Right? This mission received the income tax exemption status. Next, from 1st of May, all banks, financial companies and regulated entities, they must use the RBI mandated portal to submit applications for regulatory authorizations, licenses and approvals. What is the name of this portal? It is Prabha portal. Next, in 2025 April, Amitesh Kumar Sinha, the additional secretary at the MEITY, was appointed as the new chief executive officer of which of the following? So was appointed as the CEO of India Semiconductor Mission ISM. This is to grow the semiconductor manufacturing in India. Next, who was appointed as the CEO of Axiom Space Incorporation based in USA, succeeding Dr. Kam Ghafrin? So Tejpal Bhatia. Tejpal Bhatia was appointed as the CEO of Axiom Space Incorporation. He will be succeeding Dr. Kam Ghafrin. Next, in April, Pakistan suspended which bilateral agreement signed with India in 1972 following India's suspension of Indus Water Treaty? So, Pakistan suspended Simla Agreement. Right? Take a note of this. Next is, and recently students, Operation Sindoor has also been launched. What is you will be seeing in the upcoming videos. Next, identify the institute that in collaboration with the Ministry of Food Processing Industries organized the Suflam 2025, that is Startup Forum for Aspiring Leaders and Mentors in April 2025. Question asked is identify that institute here. It is National Institute of Food Technology Entrepreneurship and Management, that is in Thanjavur. Right? Not, I repeat, it is not in Thanjavur, but option 3rd is right here. It is National Institute of Food Technology Entrepreneurship and Management in Kundli. So option 3 is right. So these are your important current affairs, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. Next, students, we are talking about international affairs. Microsoft has unveiled a quantum chip by the name Majorana 1 that is powered by new state of matter. Right? Also remember recently it was Google. They have also launched a new quantum chip. What is the name of that quantum chip? This is your homework. Coming back, Microsoft, they have unveiled this Majorana 1 that is a new quantum chip. Then Brazil, they have joined the OPEC Plus forum to balance the oil production and energy transition goal. We have discussed this, and this year's BRICS summit will also be held in basically the chairmanship of BRICS is with Russia, Brazil. Then India, Bangladesh, they have agreed to launch a new hotline between the borders. That means it will establish a communication between India and Bangladesh. Then the Cali Fund, they have launched in the margins of the resume sessions of the COP16, and United Arab Emirates, they have launched a 10-year blue residency visa system. Similarly, a golden visa system launched by USA will be costing how much? What is the amount that an individual need to pay for buying this golden visa? This is your homework. Next, who led the European Union College of Commissioners on their first ever outside Europe visit to India from 27 to 28th of Feb 2025? So Ursula von der Leyen, the European Commission's president, right? She made a 2-day visit, correct, to India from 27th and 28th of Feb. And this was the first visit of a college of commissioners outside the European continent and also the first visit in the history of EU bilateral trade. And it is expected that India and European Union, we will together be signing the free trade agreement by the end of 2025. Next, in which state was the Indian Air Force Tri-Service Special Force Exercise Desert Hunt conducted from 24 to 28th of Feb. So this exercise, this Tri-Service exercise Desert Hunt was held in Rajasthan. In this, Indian Army, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy, all three of them took charge. Next, mention the state that has emerged as the national leader in the mangrove afforestation in Feb 2025 by planting mangroves across approximately 19,020 hectares under the Mishti scheme. Now, what is this Mishti scheme? Mangrove Initiative for Shoreline Habitats and Tangible Incomes. Right, this is the Mishti scheme. So, which state has emerged as the national leader under this Mishti scheme? It is Gujarat. It is planting maximum, or it has planted the maximum mangroves in India across the coastlines. Next, in Feb, SEBI has introduced a new framework for Specialized Investment Fund (SIF). This will be addressing the gap between the mutual funds and the portfolio management services, right? And here, question asked here is, from which date will this new framework come into effect? That is, Specialized Investment Fund will be coming into effect from when? From 1st of April 2025, it will be coming into effect. Next, the high-level Indian delegation from Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council, Jewelers Association Jaipur and Sitapur Gems and Jewelry Industry Association. The members from these associations visited which country from 22 to 24th of Feb to strengthen the jewelry industry collaboration. So they visited Thailand here, right? And under this, you will be seeing MOU, correct? MOU was also signed with at the 71st Bangkok Gem Jewelry Fair that was held in Bangkok, Thailand, and under this MOU, collaboration will be promoted, research and development will be promoted, innovation will be promoted, and market expansion of the jewelry industrialist will be promoted between India and Thailand. Next, in Feb, China has successfully launched two new satellites that are named Dash. They are named Sui Gaotian 103 and Sui Gaotian 104. They were launched using the Long March 2C carrier rocket into the sun synchronous orbit. Next is who has won the gold medal at the FIDE Monaco Grand Prix 2025. So who won it? It was won by Alexandra Chikna, right? And Alexandra, right? She has won this Monaco Grand Prix 2025. And there was a prize money here, 41,500 euros. Next is identify the company that recently collaborated with the Madhya Pradesh to provide 26,800 crore rupees in financial assistance for power sector projects in India. Right? It is PFC, Power Finance Corporation. Next, identify the Kannada short story collection by Banu Mustaq was loneliest for the International Book Prize 2025. So identify the story. It is Heartland. This is the name of the book translated into English by Deepa Basti. Right? This is a Kannada story. Remember the name of the translator also? Deepa Basti. Correct? She translated this into English from Kannada. Next, in Feb, Union Minister for Labour and Employment Dr. Mansukh Mandviya chaired the 237th meeting of the CBDT, that is Central Board of Trustees Employees Provident Fund in Delhi. Question asked is, what is the annual rate of interest recommended by CBT on EPF subscriptions for FY25? So all those individuals who will be deducting their money in this Employees Provident Fund, they will be receiving an interest rate of 8.25%. And this was declared during the 237th meeting of Central Board of Trustees. Next, the 16th meeting of the Conference of Parties, right, that is COP16 to the Convention of Biological Diversity, took place from 25th to 27th of Feb at the Food and Agriculture Organization headquarters, that is in Rome, Italy. Question asked is, a new international fund by the name Dash was launched to support the biodiversity conservation and the fair sharing of genetic resources benefit. So what is the name of that fund that was launched here? It is Kelly Fund, right? this COP 16, during this Kelly fund was launched, right? Then this Kelly fund will be collecting money from all the countries that are part of COP 16 here, and that fund will be utilized to conserve our biodiversity. Next, who was appointed as the brand ambassador of the SOGF Grandmaster Services by Skill Hub Online Games Federation in March 2025? So, who was appointed here? Koneru Hampi. Right? She was also honored with Arjun Award, that is one of the highest sports honor, in 2003. Then she has been also bestowed with the Padma Shri Award, that is the fourth highest civilian award, in 2007. Next. स्टूडेंट्स आइए कुछ वन लाइनर्स रिवाइज करते हैं. अपॉइंटमेंट्स एंड रेजिग्नेशन से स्टार्ट करते हैं. शक्तिकांत दास, इनको प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी अपॉइंट किया गया है टू प्राइम मिनिस्टर. कोटक महिंद्रा प्राइम, इन्होंने अपॉइंट किया शाहरुख तोडीवाला को एज द न्यू मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर एंड सीईओ. देन नीति आयोग के सीईओ सुब्रमण्यम, इनको अपॉइंट किया गया, इनको एक्सटेंड किया गया इनका टर्म बाय 1 ईयर. सिमिलरली राजीव सिंह रघुवंशी का भी टर्म एज डीजीसीआई एक्सटेंड कर दिया गया बाय 1 ईयर. कश पटेल, ये 9वें एफबीआई डायरेक्टर अपॉइंट किए गए हैं. देन यूनिलीवर के सीईओ हैन शुमाकर, इन्होंने स्टेप डाउन कर दिया अपनी पोजीशन से. देन टाटा सन्स चेयरमैन एन चंद्रशेखर टू लीड द रतन टाटा एंडाउमेंट फाउंडेशन. देन फाइनेंस सेक्रेटरी तुहिन कांता पांडे, इनको अपॉइंट किया गया एज द न्यू सेबी चेयरमैन. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं स्पोर्ट्स के ऊपर. शामी ने अभी ज्वाइन किया अलीट लिस्ट ऑफ बॉलर्स विद 200 ओडीआई विकेट्स वनडे इंटरनेशनल. देन रोहित शर्मा, ये सेकंड फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेटर बन गए टू कंप्लीट 11,000 रन्स इन ओडीआई क्रिकेट. सिमिलरली विराट कोहली, ये फास्टेस्ट पर्सन बन गए टू कंप्लीट 14,000 रन्स इन ओडीआई. गुलवीर सिंह, इन्होंने हिस्ट्री बनाई बाय बिकमिंग द फर्स्ट इंडियन टू ब्रेक 13-minute बैरियर इन मैन 5,000 मीटर इंडोर रेस. देन जीवन एंड विजय सुंदर पार्शनाथ, इन्होंने पुणे एटीपी चैलेंजर 100 डबल्स टाइटल को जीत लिया. एंड इंडियन वीमेन फुटबॉल टीम, ये थर्ड आई इन द सेकंड पिंक लेडीज कप 2025 में. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल्स पर. आरबीआई ने पेनल्टी इम्पोज करी सिटी बैंक, आशीर्वाद माइक्रो फाइनेंस एंड जेएम फिन होम लोन्स पर. एनएसडीएल एंड सीडीएसएल के द्वारा एक एप्लीकेशन लॉन्च की गई जो कि है यूनिफाइड इन्वेस्टर्स ऐप. मोबीक्विक, इन्होंने एक्वायर किया 3.39% स्टेक इन अ B2B बिजनेस टू बिजनेस इंफ्रा प्लेटफॉर्म ब्लॉस्टम में 1.49 करोड़ की इन्वेस्टमेंट से. देन एक्स एसबीआई चेयरमैन दिनेश खारा टू हेड द पैनल टू इम्प्लीमेंट अमेंडमेंट टू इंश्योरेंस लॉ. देन आरबीआई ने लॉन्च किया फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी वीक को टू फोकस ऑन वीमेंस प्रॉस्पेरिटी. एंड सेबी, इन्होंने स्लैप किया 10 लाख रुपीज़ की पेनल्टी ऑन एक्सिस सिक्योरिटीज फॉर वायलेटिंग द स्टॉक रूल्स. Next is, where was the India's first World Peace Center inaugurated in March 2025 under the leadership of founders of Amisha Vishwa Bharati Jain Acharya Lokesh Muni? So, location is being asked here, that where was this India's first World Peace Center inaugurated? Take a note of this important question, students. It will be in Gurugram, Haryana. Right? This World Peace Center will play an important role in raising awareness, encouraging social responsibility and promoting sustainable development, as well as establishing institutional networks for peace and harmony. Next, which of the following actors was not listed among the top 5 in the Forbes annual list of the highest paid actors of 2024 released in Feb 2025? So which of the following actors was not listed here? William Bradley Pitt was not listed here. Rest all were listed here. Right? And Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock, is the highest earning actor with approximately $88 million earning. Next, in March, Christian Stocker was sworn in as the new Chancellor of Dash by replacing Alexander Schallenberg. So, Christian Stocker was sworn in as the new Chancellor of Austria. Right? Take a note of this. And he will be replacing Alexander Schallenberg. Next, mention the Indian Grandmaster who won the title at the 38th Cairns International Open Chess Tournament 2025 held in France on 3rd of March. So, who is that Indian Grandmaster? P. Inian, right? And he won the 38th edition of the Cairns International Open Chess Tournament by defeating V. Pranesh in the 9th and the final round held in France. Next, name the public sector bank in India that has received the ISO 22301-2019 Business Continuity Management System certification from the British Standard Institution for its strong focus on operational resilience, risk management and business continuity planning. It is Bank of Baroda, right? Next is pick out the incorrect statement regarding the Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana. If we look at the options here, you have to tell me the incorrect one. B is right, C is right, A is incorrect. So right option here is A. A is saying that the scheme is overseen by the Ministry of Personal Public and Ministry of Personal Public and Grievances and Pensions. Is it correct? So no. This scheme is managed by whom? It is monitored by Ministry of Labor and Employment. Right? So A option now is right. Next, which ministry issued the guidelines for implementing 5 pilot projects in the transport sector launched by the Government of India to use hydrogen fueled buses and trucks under the National Green Hydrogen Mission? Which is that ministry? It is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, as this green hydrogen, it is considered to be a green fuel. Hence, the sector that or the ministry that will be associated with it is green new and renewable energy. Next, in March, India and Dash collaborated to establish a task force to enhance bilateral defense cooperation for the Indian Army's Zorawar light tank. So, India and Belgium here collaborated to establish a task force that will be working to enhance the cooperation in the defense sector. And here the work will be done on the Zorawar light tank. Next, Brand Finance, they have published their IT Service 2025 ranking. This lists the world's most valuable IT service brands. Which of the following is not among the top 5 IT services brands in India? If we look at the options here, it is HCL, which is not among the top 5 IT services brands in India. Accenture on the top, then TCS and Infosys on second and third position respectively from India. Next, SEBI. SEBI has permitted all NBFCs, including housing finance companies, to invest in security receipts, right, that are issued by the asset reconstruction companies. Next, identify the organization that recently published the report India Country Economic Memorandum, Becoming a High Income Economy in Generation, stating that India must grow by 7.8% per year for the next 22 years to become a high income nation by 2047. So this report that India to become a high income nation by 2047 should grow by 7.8% annually, right? At least 7.8% annually for the next 22 years. This data was released by World Bank. Next, mention the public sector bank that partnered with Confederation of Indian Industry IGBC, that is Indian Green Building Council, in March to offer financing solutions for the developers and home buyers. So mention the public sector bank. Which is that bank? It is Indian Overseas Bank. Next is who was named as the 2025 Pritzker Architecture Prize laureate, the highest honor in the field of architecture, on 4th of March. So Liu Jiankun was recently honored with this Pritzker Architecture Prize, and he became the 54th laureate and second Chinese architect. Next, the Defense Bioengineering and Electromedical Laboratory successfully tested onboard oxygen generating system based integrated life support systems at high altitudes for light combat aircrafts. Take a note of this. Next is who has been recently re-elected as the chairman of the Bar Council of India in March for 7th consecutive term. So who has been re-elected as the chairman? Manan Kumar Mishra has been re-elected as the chairman of the Bar Council of India for 7th consecutive time. Next, identify the Indian athletes who became the first Indian women to throw 16.03 meters indoor shot put at the 2025 Mountain West Indoor Tracks and Field Championships. It is Krishna Jayashankar, right? Is the Indian athlete who became the first Indian women to throw 16.03 meters in the indoor shot put, right? Next, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Vantara. Vantara is a 3,000-acre animal rescue and rehabilitation center that is in Jamnagar, Gujarat, right? And it is a project of Anant Ambani, right? So this Vantara was inaugurated. Question asked is which of the following organization established it? It was established by Reliance Industries Limited. Next, name the Geo Heritage app that was launched by Union Minister for Coal and Mines, G. Kishan Reddy ji. That was during the 175th Foundation Day celebration of the Geological Survey of India on 4th of March. What is the name of that application? It is Bhu Virasat, right? Apart from this, a field data acquisition application was also launched. I repeat, Bhu Virasat application as well as a field data acquisition application, they were also launched here. This Bhu Virasat, this is a basically geo heritage app, right? And this was launched during the Geological Survey of India when they celebrated their 175th Foundation Day with a grand ceremony at their headquarters in Kolkata, West Bengal. Moving on, mention the initiative that was launched by the Ministry of Panchayati Raj to enhance women participation and leadership in local governments. It is your model women friendly Gram Panchayat, right? This is the initiative launched by the Ministry of Panchayati Raj in order to enhance the participation of women, their safety in the local governments. Next is identify the organization that in collaboration with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and Institute for Global Environment Strategies organized the 12th Regional 3R and Circular Economy Forum in Asia and the Pacific that was held in Rajasthan from 3rd to 5th of March. So identify the organization. It is United Nations Center for Regional Development, right? This 12th Regional CR and Circular Economy Forum in the Asia and the Pacific was held from 3rd to 5th of March, right, in at the Rajasthan International Center in Jaipur, Rajasthan. Next, in March, India Semiconductor Mission, Tata Electronics Private Limited and Tata Semiconductor Manufacturing Private Limited, they have jointly signed a fiscal support agreement to establish India's first commercial semiconductor fabrication unit in which state? It will be in the state of Gujarat, right? And here financial outlay of 76,000 crore rupees has been spent by the Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology. Moving on, which of the following countries is not in the top 5 globally for high net worth individuals as per the 19th edition of the Wealth Report by the Knight Frank? So this data released by Knight Frank, they are talking about the high net worth individuals, right? And the list has been released and this is the 19th edition of this list. Among them, it is USA on the top, then China on second, Japan on third, India on fourth and Germany on fifth. So among the following, we can say it is France that is not in the top 5. Next, who received the national award at the 5th annual summit of BRICS Chamber of Commerce and Industry Women's Entrepreneurship and Empowerment and Facilitation 2025 in New Delhi for her contribution as the chairperson of Kailash Group of Hospitals. So she is Dr. Uma Sharma. Next, in March, Indian table tennis champion Ananta Sharat Kamal announced his retirement from professional table tennis, in which year he was awarded with the Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratan Award. So he was awarded with this in 2022, right? Padma Shri in 2019, Arjuna Award in 2004. Next, Australian cricketer Dash announced his retirement from ODI in March. So Steven Smith has announced his retirement. Next, identify the organization that partnered with African Development Bank to launch Mission 300 to connect 300 million people to electricity in sub-Saharan Africa by 2030, right? To provide them electricity here, right? It is World Bank, that is the organization. They have partnered with the African Development Bank and they have launched this Mission 300. Correct. This is aim here is to provide electricity to 300 million people in the sub-Saharan Africa by 2030. Next is which country recently strengthened their economic ties with India by investing $52 billion in FDI equity and became the India's third largest export destination in 23-24 as per the data released by Rubix Data Sciences report. It is Netherlands country. They have strengthened their economic ties with India and will be investing $52 billion in FDI and became the third largest export destination as per the data released by which organization? This can be asked. It is Rubix Data Science Reports. Before moving on, students, let's revise some one-liners. Let's start with appointments and resignation. Shaktikant Das has been appointed as the Principal Secretary second to the Prime Minister. Kotak Mahindra Prime appointed Shahrukh Todiwala as the new Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer. Niti Aayog's Chief Executive Officer Subramaniam's tenure extended by how many years? By 1 year. Then government has extended Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi's tenure as
DGCI by another 1 year. Kash Patel has been sworn in as the ninth FBI director. Unilever CEO Hen Schumacher has recently stepped down from his position. Then Tata Sons chairman N. Chandrasekaran to lead Ratan Tata Endowment Foundation. Also, the finance secretary Tuhin Kanta Pandey appointed as the new SEBI chairman. Next is related to sports students. Shami has joined the elite list of bowlers with 200 ODI wickets. Then Rohit Sharma became the second fastest to complete 11,000 runs in ODI cricket. Then Virat Kohli became the fastest to secure 14,000 ODI, that is one day international runs. Gulveer Singh made history by becoming the first Indian to break 13-minute barrier in men's 5,000 meter indoor race. Then Jeevan and Vijay Sundar Parshnath won the Pune ATP Challenger 100 doubles title. Indian women football team has finished third in the second Pink Ladies Cup 2025. Next is related to banking and finance. RBI has imposed penalty on Citibank, Ashirwad Microfinance and JM Finance Home Loans. Then NDSL and CDSL, they have unified the investor app. This application has been launched by them. Mobiquick to acquire 3.39% stake in B2B, that is business to business infra platform Blossom for 1.49 crore rupees. Then ex-SBI chairman Dinesh Khara to head panel to implement amendment to insurance law. RBI to launch the Financial Literacy Week to focus on women's prosperity. And SEBI, they have slapped 10 lakh rupees penalty on Axis Securities for violating the stock rules.